What's going on, my fellow explorers and adventurers? I'm the Gmod Explorer, and welcome to RP Black Lake High School. Now, before we get started the video, 80% or more of you who watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you come back and watch the videos. This is actually huge. I really hope I didn't need any textures. Also, my lens is fogging up again, but that is okay. Now, before we start the video, this map is recommended. Why am I doing this like it's a normal intro? This map was recommended to me by William on our Discord server. So if you guys ever wanna, I had to fix my. That's it. If you guys ever wanna recommend me maps, link will be in the description down below. And let's get started. I hope my audio is good. I can't see my timer right now because I think my thing's too close to my face, but it'll be okay. So let's get started. Black Lake High School. Why does this sound so familiar? It sounds very familiar to me. Is this like a... Why does it sound so familiar to me? Oh, what's that one show called? It's not Scooby-Doo. It's definitely not that. Oh, this is definitely... Maybe it's just... I don't know. It's not Char... No, it's not that. Oh my god, what's that one comic book series? I forgot. Steinman. Map by Steinman. Okay, that's the map developer name. This is going to be a lengthy video, but I do not mind that one bit. This place is absolutely massive in terms of scale. Is it? It's not Charlie. What am I thinking of? Oh my god, I can't remember. It's not Scooby-Doo, but it's almost like Scooby-Doo, where they solve crime. Is it? I haven't even seen the... You'll probably... Archie! That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of Archie. That's what I was thinking of. The Archie series. That's what I was thinking. Oh my god. Why did it take me so long just to think about that? I don't know if that's the... I haven't seen the show, but I think that's where this is from. And if it's not, and if it's just a recreation of high school, then I'm just going to blow that out of the water. So I'm just going to keep Archie out of it because I am not too positive if that is what this is from or not. But we shall find out. It is an RP map, so I am going to be expecting a freaking waterfall. Wasn't expecting that, honestly. I'm going to be expecting a lot of rooms. A lot of rooms. Oh my gosh, look at that. Do I want to explore the high school or walk around the grounds first? I might as well start from the outside and work my way up. On the base floor and work up. I really hope that I am not lagging at all. I did clean up some space on my PC, so we should be okay in terms of time. Although I'm not too positive on time and the fact that I don't know how big the map is. This does not look like a high school. This is more like a college. This is huge. I wish my high school was this big. Oh, okay. This is the area where they swim. I'm gonna guess that's what this is. Okay, now the fog in my lens is kind of clearing up now, which is good. Now I can actually see a little bit better. What are we gonna see? I really love RP maps. For those who don't know, I love water. I love, yeah, it's water. I love how I'm, like, debating what my favorite things are. I love water and a lot of doors and maps, like RP maps. RP maps and colorful things are my favorite. Oh, this is not where they swim. This is the actual gym. Okay. Well, I've had this in my own high school. I've had this, and I've never been to a pep rally in my high school. They would always have. I've been to like one or two because I was told I can't do a two with my hand apparently for whatever reason. Um, because I was forced to. Because our swim coach would tell us to go there sometimes because they would, I believe, recognize the swim team members, and we needed to be there. And I was on the swim team for 4 years, and because I was forced to do it for 4 years. Oh, this is also the stage. I'm guessing this is where they also had their plays. Is High School Musical back here? No. You know, if if it really was a High School Musical, or if this place was in High School Musical, Troy would have no problem having to do both basketball and having to do the production. He would have had no problem at all. He'd be like, "All right, basketball's done. All right, it's time to sing and dance." And I remember his friends giving him flack on it too for wanting to be in the school's play. They were unsupportive at first, but after a while, they were OGs. I think that was all that was here. Also, my controllers are getting they're not, they're halfway. They're definitely getting there. So I do have to charge them. I do have to use my rechargeable batteries later on down the line. I've got to alternate them. I really hope it's not hard opening these things. I have not opened these things since I put the batteries in the first place. Is there a freaking football/baseball field here? Oh my god, it's a well, I mean, it is a football field, but it's the Canadian version of football that I was thinking that I wasn't thinking of. But it's soccer for American, and I am America, so I'm going to call it soccer. I really hope that wasn't like an insult or anything, but this is what some people like to call this football, and us US call this soccer. It makes a lot more sense to call this football because you literally kick the ball with your foot as you pass it along. You're basically dribbling the ball across the grass. This could kind of be called basketball too, right? I mean, well, they're nets. They're not baskets. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I take that back. I'm sorry I insulted the sport. I thought I heard something. Sometimes I'll hear little crackles. It's just my wire. It moves around as I move around. My view is completely clear. Wasn't the Quest 3 supposed to have like infinite field of view or something? Or is that the Apple Vision? I think that's the Apple Vision that's supposed to have like infinite sort of side view vision. Maybe it is the Quest 3. Alrighty. I would like to have the Apple Vision at some point, but $1,000 for a VR headset? No bueno. No, no bueno. And then again, I think the Quest 3 is more powerful. Is it more powerful than the Apple Vision? Well, let's think about this. Apple Vision has eye tracking. I don't think the Quest 3 has that. I thought the Quest 3 had body tracking, but I guess not, but that's completely fine by me. I guess it's more of the AR aspect than it is for the body tracking. Although it does have hand tracking. There is hand tracking. Okay, sure, why not? Let's go over here. We have an entire building to explore, and we haven't built. It seems like just saw a building over there as well. Oh, there's a building right here too. Man, I wish this was my high school. This place is nice. Steinman, I don't know how long this RP map took to make, and I don't know if this is based off of a real place, but oh, this is a computer lab. Oh my gosh. This would be so nice if my computer lab was like this. Could you imagine? Okay, I usually like sitting in the in the corner of the room because I like to be isolated from the teacher where they're at. Um, but if you got windows like this, honestly, I pick one of these middle seats. And I want to look. If this view was looking at the track, that would be the best view ever. You can watch people run along the track and play soccer / football as you're doing your computer work or your classes. I mean, then again, it would be a distraction, so it's understandable. But it would be really, really cool. And if this was a real location, I'd sit here. This would be my class. And I would see whatever would be on the horizon over here. Whether it be, I mean, there could be buildings or a neighborhood back there or something, you know? It's just the high school, you know? But, oh my god, it would be so freaking nice. Oh man, this is bringing me back to my, what was it, my 4th grade days? And I'm getting a vision of myself. Whoa, my hand just went up. That scared me. A vision of myself sitting in this chair in particular. No windows at all. The door was literally, literally right, no, this door was back there instead of right here. And this is where I sat and played Marble Blast Gold. That is such an old game, and I loved it. I think it had its own level creator, I believe, but I was too young to even know that. And I remember oh my god, the freaking memories, man. And when we did the typing test, the typing, there was if I recall correctly, there was a black lady with a blue suit and I think a red tie. I don't know what the course was called. And you would type. We would in however fast you typed, you got to play a game. If you typed fast enough, you got to play a game. And I never was able to play a game. I remember putting on the game purposely so I could play it, and the volume was so loud it scared me half to death, and I turned off the oh, that kinda scared me a little bit. I turned off the I closed the well, I don't know. I don't remember if I turned off the computer or I closed the window. I believe I just closed the, window to the actual game. And the teacher walked up to me because it was on speakers, and he said, "Um, are you okay? What happened?" I was like, "I got to the game and it scared me." He's like, "Well, you should have played it." I was like, "Yeah, but the volume scared me." So I never cheated ever again after that. I never like went to the next. Wait, is that an actual area I can go to? I don't think so. The nurse's office? You have a little waiting room right here. Nice. Nice. I don't remember going. I don't remember if I ever went to the nurse's office. Although I don't think this would be in a high school. Would that be in a high school? Would that? I've never seen that in a high school. Unless this is like some like high school in some European country, I don't think you would have this. Because I don't believe the nurse is allowed to do anything other than to send you home. At least my high school did that. And we did have to sit in the, that scared me. We did have to sit in a hallway, but not in a condensed hallway like this. It was never like that. I'm gonna try to pick out my. You know what? I think that is very nice. I'm gonna try my best to pick out my own experiences, whether it be my high school years or my middle school years, of whatever reminds me. If I can, I will try my best. If I don't mention anything other other than after that computer lab section, I will. I'm sorry. Okay, I think there was a building over here. Yeah, there's a building right here. I'm kind of lagging a little bit, but that's okay. That's completely fine. It could just be Garry's mod. Okay, what is going on here? Ah, the lunchroom. I'm getting memories of my... Was it my middle school years? It's hard to remember some things, but I do remember that my school... I do remember some things of my school life, but I'm always jumbled up when it comes to where to place those memories. I know from the computer lab perspective, that was in Oklahoma. That's when I used to live in Oklahoma. Yes, but I don't know what. Yeah, it was fourth grade, so I was younger. I was held back twice too in fourth grade because I was just so hyper fixated on having fun. And I never did my work. But after the next year, I learned my lesson. Um, but yeah, my middle school years are kind of fuzzy to me because I know in my middle school years I was in fourth grade in Oklahoma. Okay. But I know after that I moved from Oklahoma to New York State, and I can't remember if I had some of my. It's so hard because I know it's really hard to bring up these memories because as a military brat, as a family, our dad, we would always move, and I never had a phone till I was 17 or 16, 16 or 15. I think it was 16. I didn't have a phone till I was 16 or 17. We'll say that, and they were so strict, so I could never add my friends on what used to be Instagram or Twitter or anything that was social media related back then, and 'cause I never had one before. I know I should be talking about the lunchroom, but the memory popped up in my head, and I lost it, and then I had to come back. So this reminds me of the same year in middle school in fourth grade where I would always come in early for breakfast, and I'd always get sausage biscuits and gravy, and that was my favorite because I love to dip the biscuits and the sausage in the gravy, and I also sometimes like to rip the biscuit apart, put the sausage in, and put it in like a little small little burger, and then dip it into dip and smear it into the gravy. That's an actual like meal, I think, uh, too, and I didn't know anything about it until I was like, whoa! I made my own little dish, but it's an actual dish apparently where if you I don't know what it's called, and I'm just I'm just making it up as I go along, but it's literally like a bowl of gravy with sausage and biscuits in a bowl, and you eat it like that. I didn't know it was an actual like dish until later on in my life when my family made it one time for breakfast, and it was probably the most memorable thing I had. We still have this to explore. I know I've been going on the outside. I want to go on the outside, and then we'll hit the big kahuna near the end. And I don't think there are any secrets. And so far, it hasn't been scary. So unless something in there will scare me, I don't know. Unless something in there will scare the bejesus out of me, I think I'll be okay. All right. Oh my God, strawberry milk. That was my favorite whenever they came out with that. There's a building over there. Absolutely my favorite. What is going? Are these dorm rooms? So is this like a private high school? What? They they have their own living space. What? I really need to know what kind of high school is this fancy for having their own rooms. They have their own living spaces? Then again, they're practicing for college. So that's a plus. But honestly, I don't. High school students would probably still do drugs. I was gonna say, high school students would learn how to, not only how to do college dorms when you're living together, but what it means to know. It'd probably be a positive influence. Like they wouldn't meet any bad kids, but you know what? I was the kid in the corner of the classroom who never interacted with anyone. So as far as I know, I've never seen a bad kid in my days, and I stayed away from those kind of things. So if those did exist in high school, I never saw it and I never heard about it. So I'm sure there have been bad bad people in high school who did all those kinds of things. So that's what I was gonna say. You know, they're more innocent, but I guess they're not. They're still technically almost college students at the end of the day, depending on what year they're going through. Oh, they even have their. Oh, wow. Hi, guys. Look at this. You can actually see me. Oh, it's kind of laggy, though. Oh, I can't open this. Okay, I cannot open this. I don't know why. It looks like I should. Oh, there's. Oh, you really can't go in there. Okay, these you cannot open those. Got it. Yeah, I would think that this room would be way too laggy in terms of well, in terms of you know, we still have the big building over there, and my thing is broken. Are you okay? That's fine. What is that? Is that my mask? Is it coming off my face? What? I don't want to know. I wonder if that's what's been going on with that. Oh yeah, the mask is all messed up. Huh. I think it is. Oh yeah, it definitely is. I can see it coming off. Huh. I've never noticed that before. Well, that's okay. I think we're fine. I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer to my face because I think I'm too quiet. Actually, I am too quiet. I just looked at the thing. Oh no, I'm gonna have to turn it up. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, you really can't control this wire sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. No wonder why I've been seeing this. I hope I know it's not meant for VR, but I hope it hasn't been too noticeable unless I am running or going in a certain direction after a while. Well, I guess I could count myself lucky for not having these. Or having to go through that. I was very antisocial in high school. Very. I definitely would make a bunch of jokes just to get attention. I did that in middle school, too. I'd do anything for attention. Though I wouldn't get in trouble as to, you know, paint something or ruin someone's homework or something like that. I did have my moments where I felt like I had friends, but in reality, it was rough. Whenever I had my own high school sweetheart in high school, you know, being the strong-hearted person, and you're not strong-hearted, but you know, uh, pure, I guess. I was more of a goody two shoes. Let's say I was goody two shoes, and I did do stuff for attention, but nothing too crazy. It was more jokes than anything, and people would notice me. But you know, I did have my first girlfriend what was it? I think it was af ninth grade in no 8th grade. I believe that's still middle school. Uh, and we were dating for 2-3 years until 10th grade until well she let's just say what didn't end well. And honestly, I thought she was the one. I was happy. Although we didn't do much as a boyfriend girlfriend thing, it was my first real relationship, and she ended it. It made me upset the entire day. I even skipped a day of school after, and as much as I hate my dad, he did come for me whenever it happened. That's probably the one thing I will give my old man is that sometimes he will be there for you, but most of the times he's not. But those are the memories I like to remember more of him than all the bad ones. And maybe one day he'll. One day he'll fix himself. But other than that, this looks off. And you know, I'm gonna stop talking about my personal stuff. Memories that I don't want to remember are coming back. Stuff I want to forget. That is probably gonna make me upset. But I can't really bring up anything in terms of my memories, because I haven't lived in a dorm before. Especially in high school. Heck no. Although I can say, we on our swim meets, we I think there was one in particular, one swim meet. I think it was districts, and I believe it was my last year. God, is the human mind just so wonderful that you forget the things in life? We got to stay in a 5-star hotel because we went to districts for one night. So we had to go a day earlier than what we planned, but we got to stay there, and we arrived there at, like, I would have to say 11 or 12. I think it was like 11:30, and we went to sleep, woke up in the morning, and had a really, really good breakfast. And we didn't have to pay for anything, and that was all thanks to the school. I like to tell some of my personal stuff, even though I'm not really telling you exactly, who the name of people are or what school I went to. I like to say that's a little. It like lifts a weight off my chest a little bit that I can talk about this and be vague about it. And I know if I get in too deep into my memories, someone's gonna. Well, I don't know. I don't know if anyone will recognize me. Would anybody recognize my voice from back in the day? I've always wondered that. Every time I upload a video, I've always wondered if maybe someone in my past life, you know, who would know me, like from my high school or middle school days, and say, "Hey, I know you," but being that kid in the back of the class and only making jokes for so long, yeah, I don't think so. Everyone's school year and school life is different. I would always think about, um, I'd always think about what other people are doing and not myself. Although I did watch YouTube after I got my phone. I started doing that when I got my phone for the first time, and that was my number one thing I would do. But sometimes whenever class would go on and I would finish homework or work on assignments whenever we had free time in the class to do so, I would look around the class and see other people talking to each other and just have a grand old time. And everyone had like friends. It felt like everyone knew each other already. And there was just me in the classroom, just like, I don't know how to socialize. All I can do is just make jokes when stuff happens at some points, and that's it. I mean, how do I bring up, hey, do you want to, add me on Instagram? Or, hey, do you want to add me on, I think it was Skype back then? Skype and Discord was still growing back then, too, as well. So I think Discord was just released during that time. Or at least it was through its few stages. I would always be afraid of getting denied, so enough about that. We'll leave the memories behind. Let's move on. I didn't even take a chance to look at the sun. I really feel like I'm supposed to recognize this from some kind of TV series. Black Lake High School. That's so familiar. Is this like... Oh my gosh. The only thing I can think of is the Archie series, and maybe it's... Whoa. Oh my god. I wish my library was like this. My library was only one shelf and it wasn't even this tall. It was mostly like up to like halfway to that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only like 4.5. And that was it. And there were random spots around the room. I wish I had this. So many books to read. And I've already mentioned this in the anime what was it? Akiba. If you haven't watched that already, go watch it. But I mentioned in that video that I would be in the library and it's where I read the Nejima series. That's where I got first introduced to the Nejima series. Is the first omnibus book. And there was a couple of definitely some fan service in that book. But regardless, it was still like a thick anime book. And at the time I was like still trying to find some anime I wanted to be into. And that one in particular, it just had a lot for me to read and so many pages, you know? I never saw an anime book that thick. Like really big. It was I know about it now, but I didn't know about it before. But it's 3 books, 3 mangas in one book. And now I own all of them. I own all the Nejima series except for, I believe, book 28, and I think I've said that before. And I have not confirmed it, but I believe it was $200. And I am not buying that one manga for $200. As much as I want to read it, I know I'd rather have physical versions than digital versions because it makes me. I could just grab it off my shelf and read it, and I don't have to open my phone every time. But during high school, that was during high school too. Because after what was it? 7th or 6th grade is probably the messiest part. I believe I got my phone during that time. And I had just learned about like Crunchyroll and stuff like that. And I believe Crunchyroll was free back then. I didn't know about it until later on. Until it was too late. I think it's still free now. I think you think it's still free now. You can watch it with ads, I believe. Not sponsored, but I don't even think it's on Crunchyroll anymore. Nejima was on Funimation, and then Funimation got closed down. So that's a struggle. Okay, I believe we've gone through every single building on the outside, so now it is time for the big building herself. And what am I at? I'm at 32 minutes. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the water fountain. Water fountain, but it's the waterfall. Let us see what these classrooms have to offer us. Another bathroom. I don't think I can... Oh, I can actually go in these ones. Oh, that's probably why there's no openable stalls in the other one. Because there's already openable stalls here. Is this the men's? This is definitely a weird porta potty. These are definitely always weird. Yeah, well, it's not broken now, but it's definitely broken. What room is this? I guess this is the room where they practice performances for the play? I would believe so. I was in choir for like a year? No, 2. Technically. Oh god, this is... I was in choir in middle school in 7th grade in Texas for like half the year. Oh god, it's so hard to remember stuff. And I was in choir when I was living in... Oh god, this sucks, man. I can't... I know I've been to multiple choir rooms. Jesus, man. I really gotta dig through my memories. I really gotta take the time, lay in my bed, and close my eyes and just remember the things I've done. and try to fit it together because my memory is so jumbled up. I don't I don't particularly think that's normal. I believe a lot of people like to remember things in their life. Actually, now that I think about it, um, how do people even remember some of the things in their school days anymore, or do they even take the time to remember? Or if something that reminds them during a conversation pop up and they just say it without thinking, you know? I have seen all of Sword Art Online, and it'll make sense as I go along. And whenever, oh my gosh, spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't seen Alicization War of the Underworld Part 1 and Part 2. Um, spoiler warning. But when Kirito is about to leave the War of the Underworld, um, or he's going to, he has to fight the final boss. I'm trying to make sure I don't spoil it too much. And he ends up being, he has the time limit. If he doesn't get there in time, it would be 200 years in the world he's in, the world he's full diving in, and it would only be like an hour in the real world. And the reason why he needs to leave is that the human mind cannot survive that long. Like it can't store all that information, you know? And so that leads me to believe like what happens, like how does that work? I mean, I know our minds really can't remember so many things, but at the same time, like for me in my case, like I know some of my memories are not permanently stored, but some of them that I do remember do occasionally pop up, which is very interesting to me. So, it's I wonder if that's why he managed to survive the 200-year span cycle because he didn't remember every single thing, or maybe he did, and that is honestly ridiculous. I mean, it is just an anime, but it's definitely it feels like something like that would kind of be possible, just a little bit. There are a lot of stages here in some of these classrooms. Where are I know there's no I'm not expecting any chairs or anything like that, but why are all these rooms like this? I guess they have a different way of teaching than a normal high school would. What? Yeah, look at this. I guess they would have chairs and desks here, a chalkboard or whiteboard here, and then the teacher stand somewhere wherever they wanted it to be. And they would teach the class like that. I've definitely seen some schools in my journey so far, but this one perplexes me a little bit. Oh, this would be nice. I would love to sit by the window, but I guess I can't wish for everything, can I? I've already talked about how I was always in the back of the class. I definitely would be paying attention sometimes, but if the homework was too easy, I wouldn't listen. If I already knew it, if my mind could already comprehend it, I already did it. In 4th grade, after I got held back, I started to do better. So from there onward, I did not get held back at all. I definitely struggled here and there. Don't get me wrong. It's not like all the classes were easy. But if I understood the information, I just went, nope, got it. I'm just going to do my homework now. And I would be the kid that turned it in first, and I would sit and watch YouTube on my phone. And all the kids would look at me when I would turn in my homework, and that was the best feeling ever because I would get recognized. And it felt so good. Although the recognition was only so little. And I do remember helping people with their own assignments too, so I guess even when you're the smartest, you don't have a lot of friends in high school, huh? Well, not the smartest, but, you know, in some cases. Not all cases. I believe I eventually stopped doing that. Because it did end up getting harder after that. I was in AP classes. For those who don't know what those are, I could be wrong, but don't quote me. I'm just guessing based off my own memory and experiences. AP classes in high school were classes you can get college credit for. So I would be getting college credit if I passed, but I was so close to failing in a certain semester that I had to stop taking AP classes for certain ones, and I didn't get a lot of college credit for it. But for those who don't know, when you take an AP class, you get that college credit in high school. It's I believe it's like one less year of or one less class you had to take for college in order to get your degree in whatever degree you're going for. Or it's less time wasted, you know? So if you ended up getting all your AP classes done in every single year during high school, which is ninth, or at least for me, 9th through 12th, you would get a lot of you would have had a lot of college credit already, and you wouldn't have to worry about taking so many classes. Although you still have to take the fundamental stuff. Don't get I thought I saw something. You still have to take the courses that required for whatever degree you're going for, I believe. But still, it was good. And I messed it up. Ooh, there's a balcony. I honestly should make my commentary more about stuff like this. I mean, if it's an RP map like this, I should commentate about my own experiences. That is interesting to me, though. Oh, I guess this is where they order all the supplies for the janitors. Because there's cleaning supplies right there. If this was a planetarium sailing, that would have been so freaking cool. Oh, well, I guess they're all offices for different things. Doesn't have to be particularly about janitorial supplies. I haven't had to use my flashlight a lot in this video. Because the map is so vibrant and bright already, I don't have to use the flashlight in many cases. If these trees weren't in the way, you could see the track. God. Get a free football view. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Oh my god, I just got another memory thing coming to my mind. I was in ROTC for 4 years also. Don't ask. Swimming, ROTC, I was definitely military brat. But I would during high school we'd have a lunch. We used to have A, B, and C lunch, which only lasted 30 minutes, which kind of sucked. But now, when the year after, I believe, after my freshman year, and it was my sophomore year, they had a mega lunch, and what that was is instead of 30 minutes, it was a full-blown hour to eat lunch, and not only that, you could go to certain classrooms on certain days and do your homework and assignments, which is probably the freaking best idea they ever come up with. It was also the worst, but I'm not going to explain why until later. But when I said this, the window in that classroom kind of reminded me of that. Is I would always go to my ROTC class. And I'll talk about it. I need to talk about it whenever I get back to that room. I'm sorry. I'm taking a look at everything. This definitely the principal's office, though. But yeah, I would go to my ROTC class. Maybe I should go into a room that's orientated the way it needs to be, so I can talk about it a little bit better. Oh my plant! How dare you? Okay, so the class is a lot longer than this, and I would sit in the back, but I would at least be able to see the line to the lunchroom from out here, and it was definitely long, but we had an hour to eat, so I would always get my food early, as early as I can get it. And sometimes I'd choose a shorter line, even though it was. They definitely had multiple lunch lines though for the same kind of foods, so it was okay. But the lunch ladies were definitely working overtime. Oh my god, they did not get paid enough. But anyways, I would always eat my lunch, watch YouTube right here at my desk, and over off to my left, there is always a view of the. I guess you can call it the lobby of the outside area and the doors that lead into the lunchroom. And sometimes there'd be a fight. So I'd pause my video, eat my food, and look out the window, and I'd say, you guys are idiots fighting about some girl or something, you know? Yeah, and we even had they even had gates put up the year after because of uh the gun violence stuff that uh sometimes teens would bring a gun to school. I believe that only happened twice in my high school years, and one of them was during that time. Was during that time when I was watching, and my ROTC teachers left the room and went out to help the police officer that we always had on campus, and thankfully no one got hurt, which is surprising. No one got hurt. I believe I've explored everything this map has to offer. I do want to take the time to apologize to to Steinman. I'm really sorry that I talked about more of my personal stuff as I went through the map, but if your map can bring back some of my past memories, I would like to say that this is a good map to have in the backlog or in the bank. So, uh, apologies. So, yeah, I believe we've gone through everything. This is a great map recommendation, William. I have a bunch of scary ones to still go through. But I want to give everyone a chance. So I would have to pick someone else's recommendation. If I can't find anyone else's recommendation, I will have to pick the scary one. Regardless, I'm going to have to do it anyways. So I believe it is time to give this map a good C clip. Or no clip. I need to start calling it no clip since I'm not on my PC anymore. So warning, there'll be frame lag, frame delays, quality drops, frame skips, all that fun stuff. Let us see what this map has in store for us. I don't think there's any secrets. If there were, I would have saw it. And this is hurting my eyes. I'm gonna have to look out through my right. Oh my god, that's hurting my eyes so bad. What in the heck? What? Why is there an error right there? That's weird. Huh. There's just an error right here. Well, this is my first time seeing the error in VR, though. Man, it really does look like a big old sign. Okay, let's keep on looking. We still have some things. Oh yeah, this. Is there a way up here? I guess there isn't. Those definitely look like watchtowers. Huh. Okay. Let's see what else this place has in store. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything back here. Anything over here? Nope, I've been over here. That almost looked like I thought that was a head at first. Okay, I don't know where my mic volume is. Okay, we're good. Okay, we'll check over here. Nope. Surprised I haven't seen a pool at all. This library is really cool. I need to check this building right here. Don't think there's anything here. No. Nope. we've seen... Oh, the bus. Let's go look at the bus that's over here. Let's take a look at this. Wow, there's a lot of details in here for... Wow, there actually is a lot of details in here for just the bus. Look how many controls there are. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is a lot. You have the fan, the light in the back for the bus. This is a lot more complicated than any bus I've been in. Jesus. What is all these? What's all that? Why is there a fan button for the fan button? Like, how many buttons do you need for a fan? Like, there's a fan button here. There's one here. There's two other ones right here. And then you've also got the fans over here. And then you got the hell on it. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Alrighty. This definitely reminds me of when I had my swim team. Yeah, when we were on the swim team, we'd have a big white bus. It wouldn't look like this. It'd be a lot taller, but sometimes we'd have a normal bus, which is the worst. But our seating charts were a little racist because it has nothing to do with back then. But freshmen, sophomores, sophomore. What's after that? I know they're seniors. Freshmen, sophomores. Oh my gosh. I'm so dumb. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so dumb. I can't remember my own high school rankings. I can't remember high school rankings in general. But seniors would have priority and have their own seats, while all the other, whoever, I don't even think freshmen were in our. No, they were. But seniors would have their own seats, and all the other grades down below had to share a seat, which was a little racist. Or what is it, rankist? What do you even call that, rankists? I guess so. But that is the map. Again, I want to apologize for talking about my own personal experiences, but Matt brought it on. I wanted to bring it up, and it felt like a little bit of a weight was lifted off my shoulders too. So, yeah, our Discord will be in the description down below if you guys ever want to recommend me maps, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.